Welcome brawlers, and I hope you're ready for some big red action, because our commander today is Clive, Ifrit's dominant. For 4 generic double red, with a 5/5 legendary human noble warrior. When Clive enters, you may discard your hand, then draw cards equal to your devotion to red. On top of that, since he is a dominant, that means he can transform into Ifrit Warden of the Inferno. We need to pay his cost again and tap him, and we get a 9/9 legendary saga demon. On the first lore chapter, Ifrit fights up to one other target creature. On the second and third, we get 4 mana, and on the third he transforms back into Clive, which means we get to trigger the enters trigger and draw equal to our devotion another time. Since both Clive and the transform cost a lot of mana, this is gonna be a big red deck. This means we're gonna be playing Artifact Ramp, Arcane Signet, Coldsteel Heart, Worn Powerstone, even Nyx Lotus, Key to the Archive, and we're gonna be pairing that with early removal and rads like Fire Magic, Frostbite, Galvanic Blast, Strangle, Abrade, Cast into the Fire, and even Conductive Current, Goblin Chainwhirler, which when it enters it deals 1 damage to each creature our opponents control. Mob does a little impression of Fury, which we also have. Mob deals 3 damage divided as we choose, whereas Fury does 4, but only to creatures and planeswalkers. Because I love me some red planeswalkers, we have Chandra, Torch of Defiance, Koth, Fire of Resistance, and Chandra, Awakened Inferno. All of them can act as removal, and Big Chandra can act as a wrath. We also have Overlord of the Boiler Villages. When it enters or attacks, it deals 4 damage. We have the Phial of Instinct. It gives red permanents we cast, essentially Phyrexian mana, where we can pay 2 life or 1 red for one of their red pips. Since we are a mono red deck, we have Blood Moon and Winter Moon to hate our opponent's non-basic lands. We are playing Magda Brazen Outlaw, but we don't have that many big artifacts. We have only ramp artifacts and a couple of dragons, Goldspan Dragon and Glorybringer. So she's just there mostly as an early ramp. Or if we happen to have Magda the Hordemaster, then they can combine and we're gonna be getting 4/4 Scorpion Dragons. We also have Artifact Removal, by Force, Red Sun's Twilight, Suplex, and if any cards are stuck in our hand, at any point we can play Clive and get rid of them. Draw more cards. Okay. That's the deck, so let's head into the queue and let the flames burn our opponent. Tifa Lockhart. Okay, we have Fire Magic, Galvanic Blast, and some ramps, so we should win this one. Lotus Cobra. Let's get the Fire Magic going. Are you gonna play Tifa? Or, I mean, you want us to betray you, opponent, so we shall raid Tifa until death. Limit break. Okay. Flavorful. But we had 2 backups. Okay. keep up the fight, opponent. I mean, you at least have the decency to have protection the first time you cast her, but it seems like you give up by the second. Now draw 2. Okay. And they replay her, even though the removal is face up in this time. Ifrit kills Tifa, I'm afraid. So are you running out of ideas, opponent? Out of patience? Out of hope? You may play lands from your graveyard. Okay. Okay, we have the mana, which means we can do attack with our then that means Lux might die if you block. So let's go for that. Ooh, giant growth. Okay. So our play was for naught. And now we have First Strike, which also stops defying her tracks. Unless they manage to make her huge. And we also get a draw 7. Chainsaw, Kaya's Kindling. Yeah, it's game over for Tifa. And the opponent agrees. Seems like our Ray was deadlier than yours. Ishtola, Knight's Blessed. And I think our orangutan is gonna be doing some work. Not a lot, not necessarily game winning, but definitely annoying for our opponent. Unless they have a Thoughtseize here. But if they have an Esper Sentinel, then we're actually happy about that. And it seems like it's a regular plains, but not. Oh, well, not regular. It's a dog plains. Nice, nice opponent. Nice. Get our Fable. Our opponent is doing nothing for 2 turns. Phyrexian Arena. I guess we're gonna discard you and the orangutan. Here we go. And we pass. So a rat might be what opponent needs here, but okay. Yeah, Toxic Deluge. this and that. So we don't. We're not gonna copy. We want the mana. And we play our Lootmonger. Let's see what you got, opponent. Treasure Cruise, Immortal Zone, Void Trend. Let's go for a cruise. We're kind of hoping our opponent plays their commander. Shieldred the Apocalypse. Okay. Still, we get the play. And I guess we get to win. Yeah. That's 8 damage. And good game, Ishtola. Yeah, huh. I guess they were banking on their Deluge to save them. But it didn't. We still have pressure on them. Let's go to the next one. Omnath, Locus of Rage. This is a landfall commander and they're trying to get elementals. Let's get Magda and see if she lives. Claims the core from opponent. They're trying to get to 7 mana. And then they can have their commander and every land gives them a 5/5. A 5/5. Whenever those die, they get to deal 3 damage to anything. Mythweaver Poke as a 4/4. Okay. Got Panic Blast on Poke. And then we play our Dracosaur. We are falling behind on lands, but I guess it is what it is. Springheart Nantuko. Ooh, and we get Goblin Chainwhirler. That's a really clean answer for Nantuko. Target creature, so. Cabaret Courtyard, and they gain a life. Okay, they didn't have ramp there. If they had ramp, they needed to play it so that their commander would come next turn with a following land drop. But they didn't, so they lost to our board. Good games. Beep 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 beep. Okay. We have a turn 3 Overlord, so even if they get their BB to 4, we can deal with it. Unless they are keeping a 1 mana counter spell. Third part Iconoclast. And Fury. Okay. That's a nice pickup. So let's see how they play it, and then we're gonna return Responding Kind with Fury and Overlord. Mishra's Bubble. And another. Okay. Siren Storm Tamer. I guess we can deal with everything. Actually mock the opponent. Gonna kill BB. And I guess we want to mock them. Expressive iteration. And they get to strike it rich. Or they wanna keep. Okay, I thought, yeah, maybe they have wash away. They wanna keep it up. And let's see if they replay BB here. If they do, we boil it. Well, not the card boil, but Overlord. Okay. Prismatic Command gonna kill our Phial. They get a treasure. And we get down our Overlords. If this is a mana drain, then they are still on the game, otherwise... Well, maybe if it's a regular contest spell, they're still on it. But what I meant is if our Overlord resolves, then they are in trouble. Young Pyromancer. Are you sure about that? Reckless Impulse. And Lightning Bolt. So that could deal with the Overlord if they have another spell. They might not. Oh, goodbye, Young Pyro. So maybe they have Tails End. Okay, yeah, they jump. Oh, no counter spell. I misread that. In a big way. So we get 4 cards. Chandra and Nykthos. So how can you come back BB? I mean, there are ways. If they can change BB's power and toughness, then they essentially get to cast it for free. Turn inside out, same deal. And here they have Lightning Bolt at our face and maybe an extra turn. Oh, card draw. So sorry, BB. But I'm afraid if that's your turn, we're gonna be doing some serious payback. Cyclonic Rift on Clive? Okay. Fair enough. Let's get Chandra. Add mana.
I knew you. This will be easy.
And add mana. I guess that's not enough mana. But your commander costs 7 now, and you don't have the mana, so you concede. Good games. Good game. I guess I am the better black mage after all. Celes Rune Knight. And we don't have any form of graveyard hate. Guess that's on me, but we should still be going over the top of them. Otherwise, I think the key might be to remove Celes herself. And obviously we have rats. Maybe not for days, but for work days. A good 8 hours. Maybe 12 with overtime. Is this gonna surveil or are they gonna cast a 1-drop? 1-drop it is. Esper Sentinel. Guess you got us there. You get a card opponent. And now they surveil. A land. Okay. Portable hole on the medallion. Not ideal, but could be a lot worse. I'm gonna play Iron Crag, pay the tax. Opponent, are you stuck on lands? Rakavan, okay, it seems like maybe they are. So let's... and they get our Guardian Idol. No, they did have the land. Then why didn't you play it? Oh. It doesn't matter. Guardian Idol, we get our Dracosaur. Dinosaur Dragon. Also, shouldn't it have more feathers and stuff? The excellent dinosaurs have them. So I don't see why it shouldn't have. Solitude, of course. Of course. And let's get our commander here. Goblin is alright. Ranger Captain of Eos. Guide of Souls, I think. What else could they have? Nethergoyf. That's also a good one. So should they play? Yeah, okay, they play Sephiroth and eat the Sentinel. Let's get our Mind Stone and transform Clive. And we're gonna kill Sephiroth. So what do you have as a follow-up opponent? I mean, you have a full hand, so... Okay, so they're gonna bring something back. They're gonna discard the Ragavan. And pretty much their whole hand. And there's no way they didn't get a reanimation here. So what are we looking for from our deck? Oh, they didn't. Okay. Well, a Wrath should be where it's at. We get all of the mana in the world. And nothing to do with it. Except a Goblin. Gonna hold back. And are they gonna... Okay, they blink. There's all it was. I guess this time we're gonna draw 5, so not the worst for us, but also not really great. Helping hand for Sephiroth. Love the team, kill their ranger captain. Then they're gonna bring back the ranger captain, get another creature, and so on. Now, just another wave then. Still, that grows their team. We take 11. And I guess this would be a perfect time for Spiteful Banditry. Diabolic Intent, okay, so that's gonna get a reanimate. But they sent their commander to the command zone? Okay. Thought they would bring it back here. Course Mirror. Get our Solitude. And we're gonna seek with our gate. Yeah, I think we might be losing this one. The loss is definitive now. And that's a Griselbrand, okay. I think we can concede here. If they reanimate it. That's their commander. We get drained. And let's see if we have something here. I mean, this means we are not dying this very turn, but Goblin Bombardment. So they probably have a mass reanimation then. Okay, Fury. Okay, that is bad. What do we need? Yeah, I guess the Spiteful Banditry is still on the cards. But we are so far behind. Look at that graveyard. Griselbrand, Fury, Ranger Captain. Okay, and they transform Sephiroth. So yeah, I'm thinking we are cooked. And this is probably Swords to Plowshares, maybe? Oh no, the priority is from Bombardment. Huh. Nah, but we still lose. Yeah. We barely have enough to deal with Sephiroth, but this is a reanimation and we're gonna take more damage. Yeah, pretty much every creature is gonna deal 2 damage to us and we don't have life gain. So I guess it's GG's for us. Okay. Good game. Against Ketramose. Okay, so another hard match. Burglar Rat. We needed to draw Blood Moon earlier so we can ditch it to the Burglar Rat. Let's play the Goblin. Maybe I should have Curse Mirror. Make a copy of the Rat. Smothering Tide. We don't care that much. Sure, let's copy our Goblin. When I play Shieldred, we kill our Goblin. So here we go, Goldspan into Blood Moon. Even though they already have treasures from Smothering Tithe. When an exile Source Dragon, they draw a card. An opponent is already at low health, so we got that going for us. And assume Informant. We send Strangle. We play Chandra. Plus.
I'm an explosive.
And if our opponent continues to exile without getting enough to turn on Ketramose, then that might be their undoing. Ponte my intended. Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay, that's... It's not as bad, I think. Okay, if they have removal for Chandra, then it is bad. Wandering Emperor. Okay, that counts as removal for Chandra.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you. Strike fast and strike hard.
What? That... You're gonna be sorry when I come back.
Yeah, let's draw with Clive. Take action. We should kill their Emperor.
I'll be back.
An opponent is on the clock somewhat. They're gonna deal 2 damage to us. Ooh, you don't wanna move that sword, opponent. By Childred. And now it's a race. Let's find out if what they draw with their sword. If they have another blocker, we would need a removal. Opponent good games. Okay, they gave us the win. Nice. Nice. And yeah, I guess taking that damage and even the little damage from Ketramose really put the pressure on them, so good game. I really can't believe we won that. Tybarkel. Which one is this? The Planeswalker. And we have a Wrath for all their elves. But it's... oh, we have another one. That one isn't that far away. So we have 2 reds. We should do alright. Put 2 counters on up to 1 elf. Against the touch. Create an elf. And you draw cards. Okay. Allosaurus Shepherd. Let's see what they buff with Tybar here. Or if they even play it. They could also just play a couple of elves. Okay.
Speak my name with
I guess it didn't matter, since we killed the Lord the other way. And we don't get the thing with the current because we have no other instants or sorceries. Beast Whisperer.
Bare your fangs.
Okay, we have two gold span hit diver. Make the treasure. Let's play the Iron Craft with the treasure.
Make my victory even more dramatic.
So Barbarian's gonna cost only 2 if we only 1 mana if we create a treasure because of the dragon. Should opponent make an elf or okay they put the counters on their haven
Believe we can be heroes.
and hit us for a bunch. That is not nothing. So let's kill the Beast Whisperer.
You're about to. Bye-bye!
Don't worry.
No, this is a 6/5. Not too shabby, but doesn't have trample. FreshPrince of FreshPrince of Valerian. Okay. Someone needs to write that song. I guess someone already has, and our opponent has heard it. Oh, finale of Devastation. X3. I guess the elf that draws a card and adds mana, maybe. Maybe Marwyn. Llanowar Visionary. Yeah. Don't wanna say I called it, but I did. Okay, we can actually play our hand. Fanatic of Mogis. 6 damage. And Clive, draw 8. We don't have a land drop.
Is it just
Oh,
me?
but
Or
I
is it
guess we
getting a
can
little warm in here?
use the treasure for double mana. Maybe it's wiser to use the Frostbite. Let's get Magda here. Okay. Yeah, didn't matter, I guess. Opponents had enough. I guess our shenanigans really annoyed them more than theirs. So, good games, good games. Glada, Font of Hope. They are an Angel tribal deck because each angel that enters after Glada gets a +1/+1 counter for each angel you already control. And also she can add mana for angels. So this is gonna be okay, land tax. Let's play the game then. An opponent caves and plays Glada. Okay. We don't mind at all. We're gonna upgrade Glada. Next turn, I'm thinking we can Bandit's Hole into Strangle if they play a 3 power or less. Tome of Legends, and they draw a card with it. Nice card with cheap commanders. So here, Bandit's Hole. Opponent plays Glada, then we file on our turn, and then we strangle Glada. What's the Simpson thing? Why you little angel? Why you little? I don't know the voice. Champions of Tier has double team, and it gives a boon for a +1 flying or lifelink counter. Can we do something else here? If we do this, we can do that. Okay, let's play Defiler then. And we're gonna strangle. So we can, if we play 2 permanents, we can kill Glada. No, but unless she has a +1/+1 counter there. Also mutable an angel. In case they wanna play another angel, they can activate mutable and they would have 2 counters. Okay. The One Ring. Not as scary when it's nerfed, but still really good for our opponent. This is not gonna work, but I think we play it regardless for the for the devotion. And target yourself, and yeah. Are you feeling it, opponent? So what will it be, opponent? More drawing from the ring? Okay. They are at 2 burden. And what did you get? Did you get what you asked Santa for? Or I guess Uncle Sam, since it's July. Let's get our devotion up. 0. And we get loot counters. If we play Kindling, can we still get Clive here? I think so. Or maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, and no. Just shy. So let's play Clive then. And we'll get to see the Phial doing its thing. We're gonna draw 8 cards because we discard our hand. So Plex, I guess we kind of have to. If only Frodo knew that the answer to the One Ring was to suplex it. This takes mana, 2 mana, okay. So our opponent's drawing is over, but they still have a bunch of mana. Angel of Grace, okay. And they didn't want to trade for Fanatic of Mogis. You keep it lifelink. And what's it gonna be here? And yeah, it doesn't feel good to exile the One Ring when they drawn 3 cards from it, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Rune, I'm guessing we're gonna get our demon to fight their angel. We can be your angel or your demons. First, we should play Fury. Cancel, pay full cost, and then the Phial of Galadriel. To opponents. We have the mana, transform Clive into Ifrit, so kill Rune. We draw with Bandit's Hole. And we kill your Tom. So what is it now, opponent? You do have 8 mana, probably. And you can gain life, so you're at 15, we're at 10. Angel of Invention with lifelink, probably. It's a 3-2, fabricate. 2 2s. And they concede. I mean, they think these are cards that are gonna do something, but we only really have whatever we get from our card draw from turn and our gate. Maybe we still win out of that, but oh, I guess we also have the hole, so we have a couple of cards, I guess. Maybe opponent wasn't too hasty to consider. And I guess the demon beat the angels. For now. Good games, Glada. Against Stickfingers, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one that opens a zipper and teleports. Or actually, I guess this is the magic one. When you cast this spell, reveal cards from the top until you reveal X cards, X creatures. Put all creatures revealed this way into the graveyard. The rest on the bottom. And its power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. Number of creature cards. So maybe they built it like a reanimator. They play Stickfingers to get cards which they can reanimate later. Or maybe it's just a value deck. And they just hope to get it a 2 mana 5-5 or something. After the game has gone long. We remove their creatures, they die. Maybe they mill themselves a little bit. And then it's gonna kill Magda. Ooh, with a Bloom command. That one stings. But I guess we're gonna get our 2-for-1 with Fable. I mean, at least it cost them their entire turn because they didn't have their forest. They had to use Crystal Grotto, but it's a small reprieve, I guess. It would have been better if they didn't get the land. Stickfingers gonna mill one on its Cultivator Colossus. Okay, it seems like that's the only creature they're gonna reanimate it. Yeah, that kinda sucks. Especially since we're in red, we have no way to deal with a creature that big. Maybe that's a reason to play Chaos Warp.
If you're not with me, you're with Phyrexia. Catch this!
Opponent lets their commander die. Always a good sign. And yeah, they're gonna reanimate the Colossus. Well, they're not on land, so it should be big, but not a game-winning combo. Okay, they're gonna search for Persist. Right on the money. Okay. See how far they go with their Colossus. And 8-8. And they have 9 lands now. Should we copy it?
We have the high ground.
And I guess we should attack with all. Opponent chooses to block the 2-2, then that means their Colossus is gonna die, but they don't know that yet. Oof. Saved. I mean, maybe they have more reanimation for, so just saved for now. Detection Tower. That's a nice one. Until end of turn, your opponents and creatures they control with hexproof can be the target of spell and abilities for just 2 mana. I guess this is the precursor to Nowhere to Run. And yeah, Tifa Slice. Okay, of course. And they get 2 lands, so yeah. All of that, and for what? We're still getting comboed. $20, $21, okay. So if by some miracle we were to win, it would be because we can deal 17 before they can get 2 attacks. That's really unlikely. Emergent sequence. Yeah, doesn't have trample, unlike Colossus. Blickman goes after God.
I'm unbreakable.
So let's get Clive out and see what we draw from it. Winter Moon is okay, but might be a little too late. Wandering Barbarian. You are gonna make a treasure.
Is our land.
And yeah, I guess opponent is gonna win this one. Old Stickfingers. See, the moment you realize they are a stand user, you should know that the game is lost. Joan, also Jojo, his name. And is this a spell that's gonna make it so we die? Let's find out. Opponent. What you got? Utopia's Brawl. Yajin's expertise. And then they get nothing out of it. So I think we have nothing that wins us here, because we also don't run any threaten effects. But even if we had them, if we control the Colossus, it would be a 9/9 instead of a 20 something. Pest Infestation, they make chump blockers. So yeah, I guess let's concede here. Good game. Against Brisley Bill. So mono green, and it's a landfall deck. Winter Moon is gonna be dead, but I guess we can strangle the partner here. Crawl Cowboy. Hardened Scales. Brute Scale. Guess we should kill that. Human, where are you? And we're doing that because we don't want our opponent to get Eldrazi spawn tokens. Unfortunately, because of Hardened Scale, that's gonna grow faster than we like. But it seems like it's not that big a deal since we have Ghostfire Slice. Not punished. Now let's see if opponent tries to... okay. I was gonna say if they play Bill and put the counters on the Elvish Mystic, because that would mean we get to kill both of them. But it seems like we still do. Well, actually we don't kill them, we exile with Anger of the Gods. And opponent finally plays Bill, but it seems like he's gonna stay a 4/4 Sylvan Tutor. For Modbone Hydra. If opponent has a land, that Hydra is gonna be... oof, okay, so no land yet, but it's gonna become the biggest nuisance. Glorybringer. So let's bring that glory. Exert and kill the Hydra. Oops, I also needed to attack with Rahilda, I guess. Ghost Quarter. Escape shift, okay. So I guess keeping Rahilda was actually clever. Now we have a chop blocker for this 2020 or something. Okay, it's gonna be even bigger than that. So we need chump blockers for this, and opponent needs trample. And yeah, imagine if it was the Hydra instead of Bill. It already has trample and it doubles its power every time, so. See, it was actually a clever strategy / plan. Ruby Medallion. Get our Barbarian, get a token. And we're gonna jump. Like I said, this is all coming down to how many jump blockers can we get. And if our opponents can get trample here. Yeah. Doesn't matter, 55-55. As long as we can block with a 1/1. Should we play Clive or the Dracosaur? Yeah, if we exile lands with Dracosaur, we're gonna be able to get some more chump blockers. So I think that's the way. And we're never gonna kill Bill. The Earth Crystal, does that keep trample? Okay. It doesn't, it just doubles the counters. Okay. That's all we care about. Trample or not. Also, if our opponent gets a second creature, then we're gonna need twice the jump blockers, because they are also gonna be huge. So we should get you on board. Carnosaur and Discover 5. Goldspan Dragon. Okay, so that means we can also play Clive, draw 8. We're gonna attack with the Goldspan and the Dracosaur. I guess we can destroy Exile, cast it into the fire. Cast it into the fire on the Earth Crystal. But for Golem, I could not have destroyed the ring. So let's forgive him, for the quest is achieved, and now it's all over. All is over. And yeah, if this is trample, they win. If not, then we do. Harrow, not trample. So that's the game. Good game, Spill. Just really became immense. Look at him. 63. That would be 65. And then double that. $128. Still not enough. So we just attack. Okay.